Genevieve Jones and her big, fat mouth. The bus got very quiet, and everyone kept on waiting and waiting for me to say the name of my job. Except for I just couldn't think of anything. Until my face got very reddish and hotish. And I felt like peeing you again. See, told Ja said that mean, Jim. There is no such job, told Ja. After that, I sat down very quiet and I stared out the window because the sickish feeling was back inside my stomach again. That's why me and my big fat mouth. Punishment. My name is Genevieve Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. I go to kindergarten. My room is named Room 9. There are lots of rules in that place, like no shouting, and no running in the hall, and no butting the other children in the stomach. With your head.
Good job.
My teacher's name is Miss. She has another name too, but I just like Miss. And that's all. Last week, Miss clapped her loud hands together. Then she made an announcement to us. An announcement is the school word for telling us something very important. Boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? She said today is going to be a special day in Room 9. We're going to talk about different careers you can have when you grow up. Yeah, guess what? He said. I never ever heard of that dumb word. Careers before, and so I won't know what the heck we're talking about. Miss made squinty eyes at me. A career is a job, Genevieve, she said. And please raise your hand before you speak. Then Miss told some more about careers. And she said Monday was going to be called Job Day. And everybody in Room 9 would come to school dressed up like whatever kind of job they want to be. After that, Room 9 was very excited, except not for me, because I had a big problem. That's why. Hey, guess what? I said, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And so that means I can't come to school on Monday. And now I'll probably flunk kindergarten. Hooray! Shouted a boy named Jim. I made a first fist at him. How do you like me? To bash your brains in, you big fat Jim, I shouted right back. Miss came over to my table and she bended down next to me. Please, Denby, you simply must try to control yourself better in class. We talked about this before, remember? Yes, I said nicely, only I hate that dumb guy. Just then my best friend Lucy, who sits next to me, stood up and fluffed her roughly dress. I always control myself, don't I, teacher? Don't I, teacher? Well, she said, that's 'cause my Nana taught me to act like a little lady, so Jenny Jones should act more like me. And then a growly face. I made a growly face at her. I didn't act like a little lady, you dumb funny Lucy. And don't say that again or I'll knock you on your can. Miss did a frown at me. Just kidding, I said very quick, except for Miss kept on frowning. And then she gave me a punishment. Punishment is the school word for sitting at the big table all by yourself, and everybody keeps on staring at you and makes you feel like pee. That's how come I put my head down on the table and I covered up with my arms, 'cause punishment takes the friendly right out of you. And so at recess, I didn't speak to Lucy, and I didn't speak to other best friend named Grace either. I just sat down in the grass all by myself, and I watched janitor paint the letter cans, and I played with a stick and that's all. I hate room 9, I said very grumpy, except for just then I saw something very wonderful in the grass, and its name was 2 cheery lifesavers. hey, I love those guys. And I said, then I quick picked one up. I blew off all the germs and I put it right in my mouth. Wait, don't do that, shouted a loud voice at me. Spit that out right now. I turned my head. It was Janitor. He was running at me. Speedy quick, his juggling teeth were jiggling all over the place. Spit that out, I said. He yelled again. And so then I spit that cherry lifesaver on the ground because the guy was scaring me. That's why. Janitor bended down next to me. I didn't mean to frighten you, sis, he said, but I spotted a bunch of dirty candy in the grass, and it was going to clean it up when I finished painting. He looked serious at me. Don't you ever eat anything you find on the ground? Do you hear? Not ever. But I blowed off the germs, I told him. Janitor shook his head. You can't blow germs off, he said. Eating things that you find on the ground is very, very dangerous. Then Janitor picked up the dangerous candy. Now, run along and play, he said. I did a big sigh. Yeah, only I can't, I said, 'cause I shot off my big fat mouth in kindergarten. And then I got punishment. And now I hate my best friend, Lucy. Janitor smiled, a little bit sad. Life is hard sometimes, isn't it, sis? He said. I bobbed my head up and down. Yes, I said, life is PU. Then Janitor patted my head and he walked away. And so, guess what? Looked just like Janitor. That's all.